Well, Shanakiyan Rasamanickam is an opposition member of Sri Lanka's parliament and joins us now. So we heard there that protests still ongoing. What's the goal here? What do they really want to achieve?
These protests have been going on for many days now, like your correspondent just mentioned. But however, on the 9th of July, when the protesters took over the president's official residence and the presidential secretariat, that's his office, the president promised that he would resign on the 13th of July, which is today. And the current time in Sri Lanka is 7:35 p.m. And we are yet to see that resignation letter that was promised. Like many other promises that the president gave before he became president and after he became president to the country, he has failed the country even when it comes to his resignation. He has failed to keep his promise, even his resignation in the final hour. And within the constitution of Sri Lanka, if the president resigns, immediately the prime minister is appointed as the acting president for a period of 7 days, within which the parliament needs to convene and elect a president through the parliament. But however, out of many significant key factors that the protesters have requested or protesters have put forward, number one is for the president to resign, and number two is for the prime minister to resign. So therefore, there is no way that the people or the protesters or the Sri Lankans are going to accept Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is now calling himself the acting president, to function as the president even for 1 hour, let alone a week, because he was not even elected to parliament. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was appointed as prime minister by the president Gotabaya Rajapaksa when his older brother was forced to resign after the the May 9th protest that and then the state-sponsored violence was unleashed on the protesters. So the protests will continue till Ranil Wickremesinghe, the current prime minister, and President Rajapaksa would resign, because those are the two key demands that the protesters have put forward on the road to recovery, because the economic crisis has now led to a political crisis. So the resignation is very, very important. Also, to add on to that, once the parliament meets, and if let's say hypothetically, President and Prime Minister both resign, when the parliament meets, presently the ruling party, the Podujana Peramuna, the party that belongs to President Rajapaksa, has majority in parliament. So if they are planning to appoint somebody from within themselves again as president and prime minister, the protests will not stop, because the ideal thing for the ruling party to do would be to allow for an all-party government in which they do not take any positions. They can be part of the government, they can be part of the all-party government, but cannot take positions, because they are the ones who are responsible for this crisis. They are the ones who have ruined the lives of 22 million Sri Lankans to this point.
Okay, Shanakiyan Rasamanickam from Sri Lanka's opposition party. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.